I had a hell of a time recording this because some of my statements in the video don't represent how I speak in real life. The goal is not to offend, but when I'm using offensive language here, it's more in line with the way you would experience it in an online reality. Enjoy.
I can choose to remain completely oblivious or indifferent to the harassment that many women face in gaming spaces.
What about the fact that men face more online harassment than women do? I personally don't care either way. I don't harass anyone and I mute and or block anyone I don't want to talk to or hear. What's so fucking difficult about doing that?
I am never told that video games or the surrounding culture is not intended for me because I am male.
Actually, it's happened more in 2014 than at any point in the past. If a culture is male-dominated and originally founded by men, there's a good chance that the culture in question is catered toward those same men. It isn't the He-Man Woman Haters Club. There is an expectation that an outsider looking to join the fun isn't making demands on how everyone else will act while expecting themselves to be accepted wholesale. Talk about being a pretentious cocksucker. I don't go into the Girl Scouts demanding that it now be taught like the Boy Scouts simply because I arrived and said it's so.
I can publicly post my username, gamertag, or contact information online without having to fear being stalked or sexually harassed because of my gender.
No, you can't. This is the internet. Only an idiot would do that and not expect the worst of anonymity that is the online world.
I will never be asked to prove my gaming cred simply because of my gender.
No, Tom McShay, I won't question your cred because you have a penis. I will question it because I've seen your work. DuckTales Remastered or Blood Rain Betrayal? Ringing any bells? Your ability to play video games is middling at best, and I question your ability to handle even moderately difficult games without going into ranting poor reviewer mode. Fluff-filled arguments easily destroyed while concluding at the end that the game is too difficult. Tom to a T.
If I enthusiastically express my fondness for video games, no one will automatically assume I'm faking my interest just to get attention from other gamers.
Fool me once, shame on you. You can only be burned so many times by so-called gamers that are nothing but attention whores, both male and female, before you automatically question everyone.
I can look at practically any gaming website, show, or magazine and see the voices of people of my own gender widely represented.
This is an issue in what way? The twats that work on those websites are the same dipshits in this video. They don't represent men, or myself, and most of them have no idea what it takes to be a man.
When I go to a gaming event or convention, I can be relatively certain that I won't be harassed, groped, propositioned, or catcalled by a total stranger.
That should be expected by both sexes. If it doesn't happen, that is why there is security and police at these events. Don't be shy about a taser or pepper spray if you're really paranoid.
I will never be asked or expected to speak for all other gamers who share my gender.
Yet you look at Macintosh and Sarkeesian's side, that's all they do. No one ever represents me unless they are myself or a paid representative of mine.
I can be sure that my gaming performance, good or bad, won't be attributed to or reflect on my gender as a whole.
No, but your sexuality as a male will definitely be a target if you perform poorly. Faggot. Oh, and I fucked your mom while your sister watched, and then I ass-fucked your sister in front of your father. Gotta use good gamer language.
My gaming ability will never be called into question based on unrelated, natural, biological function.
It's used in legal defense and lauded by feminists. It's valid to use as either a question or statement. So you can go fuck yourself, Tim Schafer. Where'd that $3.4 million go? Did you give it all to DJ Phil Fish and your other douchebag friends? Why did you throw a party featuring all of these asshats and then fire your staff the next day? Where's the rest of Broken Age, you money-squandering hustler? You suck making me agree with Bobby Kotick.
I can be relatively sure my thoughts about video games won't be dismissed or attacked based solely on my tone of voice, even if I speak in an aggressive, obnoxious, crude, or flippant manner.
If you are a cunt, you will be treated like a cunt on the internet, whether or not you have the appropriate bits and bobs. End of discussion. See the history of Spoonie if you doubt my statement.
I can openly say that my favorite games are casual, odd, non-violent, artistic, or cute, without fear that my opinions will reinforce a stereotype that men are not real gamers.
I must ask you a question. Why did you get the statement that seemed to be broomed off the cutting room floor? If you were to say your favorite games are cute or artistic, questions about your sexuality would be much closer to the nose. BAM!
When purchasing most major video games in a store, chances are I will not be asked if, or assumed to be, buying it for a wife, daughter, or girlfriend.
When Brian Altano was in the Best Buy shopping My Little Pony, the clerk said not a single word, assuming him a loony. In the overwhelming number of cases, a person with a confused look flipping frantically through the games bins is a good candidate to see if they need help. This happens far more with women than men when it comes to games. That is the same deer-in-the-headlights look a man that is asked to buy tampons or pads has. It's a relief when a female clerk asks if we need help.
The vast majority of game studios, past and present, have been led and populated primarily by people of my own gender, and as such, most of their products have been specifically designed to cater to my demographic.
They target the majority. Holy shit. Almost like their goal is to make money. Those evil, sexist, capitalistic bastards. And even then, that statement isn't particularly true.
I can walk into any gaming store and see images of my gender widely represented as powerful heroes, dastardly villains, and non-playable characters alike.
I can walk into any gaming store and smell feet and ass too. Does that mean I'm a smelly person? Unless you're a Mario brother, a Blizzard character, or a Skylander, you too have a grievance for lack of representation.
I will almost always have the option to play a character of my gender, as most protagonists or heroes will be male by default.
I don't in Tomb Raider single player. I don't in Bayonetta. I don't in Metroid. I don't in Blood Rain. Got a few hours while I continue to name games that I can't.
I do not have to carefully navigate my engagement with online communities or gaming spaces in order to avoid or mitigate the possibility of being harassed because of my gender.
If you do this, you are most likely the type looking to be offended or harassed. Offense is taken, not given.
I probably never think about hiding my real-life gender online through my gamer name, my avatar choice, or by muting voice chat out of fear of harassment resulting from my being male.
If you're fearful of this, maybe you shouldn't be in public at all. You aren't ready for elementary level communication with other humans.
When I enter an online game, I can be relatively sure I won't be attacked or harassed if and when my real-life gender is made public.
Bullshit. Any harasser is going to target what is most likely going to elicit a response from you, whether that be your gender, testing whether or not you're a psycho-feminist, or your sexuality.
If I am trash-talked or verbally berated while playing online, it will not be because I am male, nor will my gender be invoked as an insult.
Of course it won't, you dickless faggot.
While playing online with people I don't know, I won't be interrogated about the size and shape of my real-life body parts, nor will I be pressured to share intimate details about my sex life for the pleasure of other players.
I've actually been accosted online by both men and women. Guess what? Rolling with the punches or ignoring and blocking these children is all that's necessary. However, you're really good, you can start fucking with them and make everyone in the chat room really uncomfortable. That's half the fun of it.
Complete strangers generally do not send me unsolicited images of their genitalia, or demand to see me naked on the basis of being a male gamer.
I've had 20 naked pictures of what I consider to be an unattractive and overweight Asian woman sent to me unsolicited, and they weren't pleasant to look at. Even though I still did look. Well, what can I say? You know what I did after satisfying my morbid curiosity? I deleted them and blocked her. I've gotten far more unsolicited images from females myself, although I've gotten them from men too in the past. Do women think this is a mutually exclusive club? It isn't.
In multiplayer games, I can be pretty sure that conversations between other players will not focus on speculation about my attractiveness or sexual availability in real life.
No, they won't. They'll concentrate on the fact that you're a faggot and how we've all had lovely evenings with both your mother and your sister. Where were you brought up? What environment were you hugged so overwhelmingly that you feel that you need to be served as the only person that needs to be considered when other people are making commercial properties? Adam Sessler, 2009. What the fuck happened to you? You have aged horribly in the last 5 years. I have to ask, do you have a drug problem, or are you just going for that Walter White look? If joining the SJWs made you go from this to this in less than 5 years, I'll pass.
If I choose to point out sexism in gaming, my observations will not be seen as self-serving, and will therefore be perceived as more credible and worthy of respect than those of my female counterparts, even if they are saying the exact same thing.
No, you will be called an annoying, dickless loser, and that person will be correct. The odds are you will have made a statement baseless in fact and logic while failing at the core level of understanding of what sexism is.
Because it was created by a straight white man, this checklist will likely be taken more seriously than if it had been written by virtually any
No, it won't. Going full Macintosh is a thing simply because you are, by your own definition, a highly privileged straight white male that continues to operate from his rich daddy's bankroll at 30 years old while you spout bullshit that no one of reason or intelligence takes serious. Bullshit is bullshit. Fuck off, Macintosh and Sarkeesian, you hacks. Oh, and John, this is for you.
You know, you have no marvelous